Yo, what is going on, everybody? I don't even know what day of the week it is. Friday. We are at the end of the week, about 1 week into January, and man, this year has been crazy to start. One thing that I will say is that a lot of the clients that have had started with me back November, December are all cashing out on January because they put in the work to get a head start on the business, and now they are reaping the profits. So I got a really awesome training for you guys today. I got a really awesome guest that's going to be coming on to speak here pretty soon. And we are going to be bringing on my client, Francis. And Francis is a really spectacular client of mine who has done really well. And the reason why it's so spectacular is because he's so damn young. And this is something that I want to share with you guys what it's like to go all in on your dreams at a young age and really share with you the transformation that's possible with the program that we have for trainers. It's literally changing lives on a huge trajectory level. And so we're going to bring Francis on. Francis is a client of mine. Like I mentioned, he's 19 years old. I met him back in, the late summer of 2020. We got his business started and his life has just completely transformed. So we're going to share his story, talk about his experience through the Personal Trainers Business Incubator, and more importantly, just talk about what it's like to start your own business at a young age. I think the age thing doesn't necessarily matter. We work with clients who are young. We work with clients who are in their 20s, in their 30s. But I just think it's really spectacular, sharing that story of what it's like to go all in on your business. So we're going to bring Francis in. One thing that I want to announce really quickly, though, is that tomorrow at 9 a.m. we are doing a live training to teach you guys the most recent tactics and strategies that you need to know to get started with your online coaching business. So if you're a personal trainer, if you're a fitness coach, or you're even just a fitness enthusiast looking into career opportunities as an online coach, this is going to be a really great training for you because you're going to learn exactly what you need to know to get started. And if you're a current coach with an online coaching business already, we're going to go over how to grow even further, right? So we're going to go ahead and get started and bring Francis in. We will, yeah, I think that there's beauty in stories. And Francis, dude, welcome. How's it going?
What's up? Good. How are you?
How's your new year starting, man?
Pretty good, bro. I actually just got off a sales call about an hour ago and just signed another client for a 3-month plan.
So. That's what I'm talking about, bro.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I mean, we have so many good things to cover. You're so young. You're signing clients. It almost feels surreal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did not imagine, bro. I couldn't imagine this 3 months ago. I was such in a different place.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about too. We're going to talk about where you started. We're going to talk about the transformation that you've gone through with this program and where you are now. One thing that I want to say is that, guys, Francis is a living testament to what it looks like to really follow your dream. He's only 19 years old. He's about to bring on his first employee. We're helping him hire his first employee, and he's going to be 19 with an employee, and that's pretty unreal, but just goes to show that if someone can do it at such a young age, anyone can do this, right? And so, Francis, I want you to share your story with the audience. I want you to talk about, who you are, where you come from. We don't have to go into, your transformation just yet, but let's start off at the beginning. So when I met you, I think it was September or August 2020. Where were you in your life? What were you doing? What was your current situation at that time? Where were you mentally in your journey?
Okay. So I think we met around September, and I was working at a restaurant job, and I was actually a manager. I don't know if I told you that. But yeah. So with that, I just started. That was my first job, right? So that was my first job, and I've been posting on Instagram pretty much since I was in high school. That was kind of my dream, was just making money through fitness, because that's always been my passion. So the thing with that is I always thought that more likes equals more money, and more followers equals more money. So I was just that's what I've been chasing that since before. So right after high school, I just told my parents that I was okay, I'm gonna take a year off. But to save up money because I didn't have a job during high school. So I decided to get a job. Got a job for the restaurant, and 6 months later, they actually promoted me to become a manager. So I was okay, nice $1, $2 raise right on there. um, so I was working my ass off, bro. Like I'm telling you, I was working my ass off. Like I was closing until like 12, 1 a.m. every day,
Yeah.
and barely making, I'd say, one K, 1 grand every 2 weeks. If I'm lucky, I would be very, very happy with like 1.1. Like if I had overtime, I was like, okay, nice, $100, right there, yeah. So my days would usually be like wake up because I was pretty much closing every day.
Mhm.
So my days would usually be, wake up, go to gym, try to get some content in. Like I would try to post like 3 times per week, stay engaged with my audience. Because I thought like that was my whole thing. My whole plan was just like, okay, just wishful thinking of like, okay, I'm gonna become like an influencer, make money through my passion. And then maybe later on, online coach, like when I have like 100K followers. So that was my whole thing. That was my whole plan.
Dude, you literally started in the same exact position that I did when I started my coaching business a few years back. It was like I didn't realize that the fitness industry had two sides of the coin, right?
Yeah.
Most people realize that the fitness industry, you have to have two sides of one coin in order to be successful. One side of the
Mm,
coin, you have to be knowledgeable, qualified, and educated with training and nutrition, right? You have
mm,
to. We see a lot of trainers in this area that master this area that are really really great, right? How many people do you see have a CSCS certification, bachelor's degree in or kinesiology,
mm,
but because they lack business skills, they still remain broke, right? The other side of the coin is business. You want to build savvy with. That's why you see a lot of really great educated coaches broke because
mm,
a lot of products on the marketplace like fat loss pills crush millions of dollars in revenue a year because so when I first started my coaching business, this is exactly where you were starting too, is like you had the fitness side down, but you didn't really understand how to get traction, how to you
yeah.
know how to get sales or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
One thing that we do with PTBI, and that's what we did with Francis too, is we take the trainers who are very educated and with training and nutrition, and we teach them the business side of things, so that way they don't have to waste time trying to figure it out on their own, or potentially lose out on clients or lose out on income. Um, but if you did the same exact strategy that I did, that I see so many people doing, is that
Mm,
take the influencer route. They're gonna hope that they get a ton of likes and a ton of followers, and once they have 100 grand or 100K followers, then they'll start a coaching business, or then they'll
mm.
have clients to start a coaching business. Um, but I mean, you had 4K. I mean, you did build up a decent following, 4K, but you're not anywhere near 100K. Sorry to say it, but you're not anywhere near the 100K. But that didn't stop you from creating an online business. So
Mm,
it's really interesting to hear that that was your paradigm back then.
mm.
And so, what changed for you inside the program? What did you kind of learn once you were inside the program that kind of shifted everything?
Okay, with that, basically, I thought like I told you that I thought that you need like 100K like followers to get like clients, right? And I thought even there, like there's a lot of people. There's some people that I know that they have like 100K followers. They have a good amount of engagement, but they didn't position themselves right. They positioned themselves as like a like a fitness model, and they're not making any money. And come to find out, like I have some friends that's like have high amounts of followings and like 100K plus, and they would be like not making. They would not make rent. Like they would not have a lot of money. Even if like let's say you get sponsored, like come to find out that if you're not sponsored by like Gymshark or Athlete, like one of those really really big like companies, then dude, you're not gonna be making like that much money. Like you're gonna have to get a job. Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. Um, but yeah, when I came into the course, basically what I made a shift with my mindset. With I was always positioning myself as like a influencer, like to kind of grow my thing, my Instagram, my social media. And the big shift for me was treating my Instagram like a business. So like really treating it like, you know, wake up, do your outreach. I mean, do your daily tasks, and then then you can focus on growth later on. But position yourself as like, yes, I'm helping people. Don't position yourself as like, like look at me, like I have abs, like yeah. So really that like position yourself like as a coach, and you're there to help people, and you're there to help your clients, like posting a lot of your clients' results, all that. So I think that was the big shift for me, was just not caring about the likes. Yeah, I was kind of discouraged in the beginning. I was like, oh, my engagement is really going down since I started like doing like, uh, the coaching thing.
Mhm.
But that was the big shift. It's like, dude, like if you can help somebody every day, like if you could, sign clients and show everybody that you can make a transformation with change people's lives, then that's the big shift.
Mhm. Yeah, so what we're hearing, guys, is that likes and followers does not equal, right? You don't need a ton of likes and followers to be build a successful business, and you can have a very, very successful business with a smaller following, right?
Mm.
And so there's a two completely different paradigms that actually help trainers understand and start to utilize. But I remember back when we first got in contact with each other, you and I were very kind of skeptical, right? And it's easy to hopping on a call with a stranger, hopping
Yeah,
factors probably going off. But I also understand there's a lot of limiting beliefs there because of your age, right? You're
100%.
Yeah, you were saying, oh man, how do I step into this marketplace when there's so many older people who can do a better job? There's all these.
Mm.
So, can we talk about some of the thoughts that were going behind your head as to, what might have been holding you back then, and where you were mentally?
Yeah, I mean, one, like I saw you. I think the biggest thing with you is I got referred to. I would have never trusted you, honestly. Like, no offense, but I would have never said yes if Timmy didn't tell me that he you helped him. But yeah, the thing with that is like I always saw like making money online, like like it looks like a scam. Like if you look at like people walking on the beach on their laptop, making like hundreds and thousands of dollars, like from just making money on their laptop, just like chilling at the beach, like that's like you look at it like, okay, like that's too good to be true. Like you see ads everywhere, like. So I think the biggest thing with you is uh I would see testimonials. So with Timmy, he actually, I asked him, I was like, dude, how do you get your online business going? Because yeah, we've actually been talking for quite a long time now. But he was like, yeah, he's straight up. He just sent me your profile, and he was like, ask this guy. I'm like he's like literally the master of it all.
Uh,
um,
what's funny though is that you and I both know it's totally possible to make like thousands of dollars on the laptop, but it
dude.
sucks, dude. No, actually doing it from the beach. You can't even see your sun.
Yeah, yeah,
That's like,
definitely a good marketing tactic though.
yeah, sure. So, at what point did you decide that this is what you wanted to do? Like, what was it like to decide to go like, okay, here's this guy. He's telling me
Mm.
help me, but I'm working at a job. I don't know if this is legit. Like, at what point? What was the shift where you're like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking do it.
Okay, so with that, I think the big thing with that is I've been wanting to do with like something with my passion so bad. So yes, like during high school, I would be getting like consistently like maybe like 300 up to like 600, 700 likes, and I would be like happy with that. But like, okay, I'm on the right track. I'm about to do something with my passion very, very soon. I'm about to blow up, right? And that's like I just gotta keep it consistent, and that's what I did. But with you, like the thing with you is like I've been wanting to do something with my passion so bad. It's been like, let's say, like my Instagram. I've been posting consistently for about 1 to 2 years, and I think it was just the fear of regret. Like
Mhm.
I literally had so much I literally had so much time to basically mess up. Like for me, like I would look at myself. I would always be, because I was a kid, I was always into business. I would watch like these business people, entrepreneurs. I've always been into that, but it's really I have the fear of failure, dude. Like I have the fear of failure here, but it's like everyone else. But I feel like the fear of regret. Like I don't want to be 50 one day, bro. Like I don't want to be 50 one day, but like okay, not taking that risk. Looking back to when I was 19 years old, I had so much time to mess up. Like I had literally so much time to mess up before I'm still living with my parents and all that. But I had so much time to mess up. So it's like, dude, why not take that risk? Like, I literally put so much money. Like, I wasn't making a lot of money, obviously, as you see. Like, it was my first year working, so I didn't have a lot of money. I put so much, like 90% of my money into you, just taking the risk, bro. Um, it's funny because my dad actually asked me, like, I told my dad about it, and he was like, "Don't do it." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do it," and then I did it.
That's so funny, man.
Yeah.
I think you highlight a really really great point is that you have time to fuck up. I
Hmm.
think so many freaking people hold themselves back because they want to be perfect
Dude.
or they're afraid that if you try this isn't going to work. But the thing
Hmm.
is, dude, even if you're 35 years old, you still have time to mess up, learn, and restart again. Like,
Dude,
yeah, what's the worst that can happen? The
exactly.
worst case.
Like the thing is, like, I feel like it's sad that some people don't even like give their dream or don't even take risks. Like living in the comfort zone, just like, okay, like get a job, I'll do all this without even like, dude, just give it a shot, just give it a chance. Like, dude, what's the worst that can happen? Like, it's take a risk on your dream. Like, you don't want to be 50 one day thinking, looking back to when you were younger, like, oh, like what could my life look like now if I took that risk, you know? I
I
think that was the biggest thing for me.
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Did you consider failure? Like, did you consider like what would happen if this didn't work?
The thing is, yes, but it's like I said, like, what's the worst that could happen, right? Like, what's the worst that could happen? Like, I'm not gonna be, I don't have kids, I don't have, I don't have all that. So it's like, what's the worst that can happen? I feel like there's always the fear of failure for me, but the fear of regret like outweighs it way more. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, 100%. So you took the chance, you took the risk, you went in. Was it easier or was it harder than you thought to grow your business? Because I feel like you grew pretty fast.
Dude, it was easier. I mean, you remember my first week, which was like, I thought that was like, okay, like sign one client, maybe one, two clients on my first month. That I would be like very, very happy. Maybe like I would probably, it would take like maybe 3 months to make my investment back, 3, 4 months to make my investment back. But I would have like knowledge. Like that's the thing. Like I was like, okay, I know how this would work. I would see how this part of the fitness industry works. But the thing is, like, I made my investment back. Let's say for the course, I made my investment back the first 2 days, dude. Like, remember?
That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like business can be laid out pretty simple. It's unfortunate I see so many people um, being misled when it comes to business, thinking about buying business cards, thinking about buying T-shirts, building
Oh,
a
dude,
website. Right?
dude.
You were
Yeah,
able to find clients without business cards, without a website, without any of that stuff. Right?
yeah, yeah. The thing is, like, that's what I thought too. Like, you would need to make a website. You would need to, spend hundreds, thousands of dollars on that just to get your business up and running. But I didn't have anything. Like, I mean, I just made a type form and then, position myself as the expert on social media because I know I can change people's lives. Like, I know I can change people's. I know truly that I can change people's bodies and minds and all that. But the thing is, like, I didn't know how to basically position myself as an expert. Like I said, like I thought, like I would just post a shirtless pic and then 100K followers, and then I would have clients knocking on my door like, dude, please can you please work with me over here? That's what I thought.
Yeah. So, what is it like now to be so young, owning your own business, about to bring on your first employee? I'm sure
Hmm.
your friends are all in school or they're all, right now you're at home on your laptop. What's that like? What's that experience like?
That's the thing too. 'Cause, like, I think one thing I had to do is kind of with the people I surround myself with. I became very careful with that too. So with friends, obviously they're not gonna understand that. Like, oh, you're making money online. Like, uh, they're gonna be like people who are mad about that. Not really mad, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
people who are like, oh, nice dude, but in like the back of their head, they're like. But kind of got sidetracked. What were you saying again?
I was gonna say, what's your experience like being 19 with your own business?
Dude, crazy. I mean, like I said, it was like easier than I thought. So just learning how to do it and just doing it consistently. So I would just my day would consist of right now waking up, doing some outreach, doing the daily tasks, like what you taught me with the course taught me too. So
Mhm.
just doing the daily task, listening to podcasts, just reading. So much freedom, bro. That's the thing. I have so much freedom, and I know that it's not like, okay, like if you work for, like, let's say if you're working at a job, right? If you're somebody who's working at a job, let's say personal training or something, you would need like working for that company for a good amount of time, like a year or two, before they give you a raise, which is probably going to be like $1 or two. Here, it's like, dude, if I hustle, I know that, okay, everything revolves around how hard I hustle. And everything revolves around like, okay, like, how creative you get and everything. So it's like, I can make my own raise. That's the biggest thing.
That's amazing, man. And what's been your highest income so far?
My highest what?
Your highest month of income so far?
Well, that was last month, which is 5.5, but it's almost 3 months right now. So I'm at 2.5 months right now. Yeah, I'm at 2.5 months, but my first 2 months, that's when I made 10K. That's my combined.
Okay,
So
cool.
I haven't made 10K month yet, but that's gonna be the goal for 2021,
Yeah. Oh, dude, you're gonna get it. No problem. Right.
dude.
Your business and you're already doing plus 5K at 19, dude, you're
Mm,
gonna crush this year. I have no doubt about that. Um, but awesome, dude. So going back, because you're like a completely different person now. Like not only
mm,
are you making money doing what you love, but you've taken extreme responsibility over your life and your future,
mm.
transformed yourself, and you just changed, right? And I see that in you as well. So what would you say to your old self, right, before you joined the program? Say to yourself, what advice would you give?
Dude, the only honestly, the only wish I had is because I've been doing like trying to be an influencer for hella long
Mhm.
for super. So like even in high school, like I would have been like, dude, just start it. I would have been like, dude, just start it. The thing is like my whole plan was like getting certified. So I would tell myself, dude, don't get certified. I mean, not get don't get certified, but don't think that you have to go through that route.
Mhm.
Of like, oh, because my whole plan. I think I told you on the first call that we had that my whole plan was okay, get certified, get years of experience at the gym in person, and then maybe start online coaching, maybe not, and then get a degree. And like that was like it was all over the place. Like for
Yeah.
me, like I feel like that's what when most people who go to college, I feel like a lot of them don't really want to do that. Like I feel like there's a deeper calling, like me. Like I had a deeper calling in me that dude, like there's so much more like that you want to do. So I would tell myself to just do it early. Like I'm happy. Dude, I'm so happy that you reached out to me. I'm so happy this whole thing happened, even though I was skeptical at first. Yeah.
Dude, oh my God. Every time someone says that, I want to rip my fucking hair out. They're like, oh, I want to get certified. I want to go work for a gym for 2 years. I want to get a degree and then I'll start my coaching business. Like, dude, my gosh, talk about 5 years down the drain. Like,
Uh-huh.
why would you wait 5 years to put off what you really want to do when you can do it in less than 90 days? Like,
Dude, not just time, not just time wasted, but the money, dude. The money in like college, like it's gonna put you in debt. Like now, it's like I basically just invested in you. I just invested in you. Not tens of thousands of dollars in debt in college. I just
mhm,
invested in your course and your mentorship, and then that's all. Like that's all. Like I could now. It's like everything is up to me.
mhm.
I don't have to get a master's to get a raise. I don't have to do all that. Like now everything's up to me how hard I work.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
dude, yeah, 100%. And you're going to be in the position to be paying someone else's bills. That's
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for now the boss. And yeah, I use Jake Weber as an example all the time because when I met Jake, he was literally on the fence about taking out a $30,000 loan and going to grad school. And I told him like, dude, you don't need to go to grad school to do what you want to do. Like you can get started right now, get your business off the ground in 2 weeks and start making money that
Uh,
like you won't have to take out $30,000 in debt. You won't have to waste another 6 months going into school. And then just be right back to where you started, right? You can get started right now and take it from there.
yeah, that's the thing.
So so your plan before this program? It was to go get certified, go get a job at a gym, go to school, get a degree, then maybe start your business, right?
Mhm.
Uh, Obviously that didn't happen. We changed that. We completely rewrote your future. What does it look like now? What's in the future for you, man?
For now, for this year, obviously, I'm gonna start with the smaller goals. Getting that first, but like, hitting my first 10K month, that's gonna be a big goal of mine. But yeah, I'm guessing, bro, within 2022, I would say have the business up and running by itself, and me being, just I'm dedicating this whole year, 2021, just like hustling to for it to get to that point.
Hmm.
Obviously, with your help.
Um, awesome, dude. I'm pumped. Any points that you want to share with the audience? Anything
Mm.
that you called to share? Any advice or a message that you want to leave the people with?
So for people who are just like thinking about it, I would say take a chance. Just take a chance. Like, do you really want to be older one day when it's way too late? And you didn't. You had this opportunity right here. I feel like a lot of people are given this opportunity to take a chance, take a risk on their dreams, but they don't take it just because they're comfortable where they're at. So it's like, dude, like it will be sad for you, like for you not to even give your dream a chance or like give your what you want to do. You know that this is your inner calling. Like for people, for obviously for people who feel that way. So if you think that this is your inner calling, dude, just take a risk, go all in. I quit my job, literally right off the bat when I started my online coaching business. I was like, okay, it's either I burned the boats like on the lesson that you had on your course, burned the boats, and I quit my job, and that's what I did. And then now it's like life is just it's like a dream.
Amazing, dude. Amazing. Um, yeah, and I had actually just posted something very, very similar to that same statement, saying like, what are you telling yourself if you don't say yes to your dream?
Hmm.
Like, what does that tell yourself subconsciously if you say no to your dream?
Hmm.
It's defeating, honestly, and that's where I think a lot of people grow bitter later in life is because they didn't take that chance when they had the opportunities.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm very, very proud of you. I'm very stoked to have you on our team. I'm very stoked to help you grow into the future. Anything else, man?
I think that's it. Just
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you hopping on here to share your story. I think your story is very unique and inspiring. I know it's going to impact a lot of people out there. Also, very appreciative of you for trusting in me to help you with your future. And I'm super stoked to have you on the team. And, you've become a very close friend of mine, not just a client. So, I'd love to see you down here in San Diego pretty soon. We can get a workout in and meet some of
that's
the
the
other guys
goal.
that are based out of here. So, with that being said, brother, we're all finished up. Thank you so much. If you guys want to give Francis a follow, what's your Instagram, Francis?
At Francis.
Yeah, I thought this was a fucking joke at first. I had to ask actually your last name. Um, and yeah, so it is Francis. Oh, dude, one more thing I wanted to talk about. Which will probably
Mm.
drag a little bit longer, but um, you and I both connect over the victim mentality hood. And, a lot of people are like, oh, opportunities. But it's like, dude, you were a perfect example of someone who didn't have who simply just didn't have the opportunity to become a millionaire 6 months ago. And now you do.
Mm.
Right. And so what's your thought process behind that when it comes to people passing opportunities or people taking opportunities, the victim mentality and all that kind of stuff?
Well, first of all, I wouldn't say I wouldn't blame the person because obviously, the way you are, the way a person is because of their environment and basically, what you choose to do with your mentality because what their parents teach them and everything. So I feel like it's just a cultural thing too. Some people they were just raised that way. That's what I learned. It's like you can't teach that to somebody because I've had some friends that like I tried to teach them that, but it's just like okay, like it's like I'm talking to a wall right here. I'm not getting anywhere. But the thing is like, dude, with my beliefs, anybody can do it. Like anybody can become a millionaire. That's the thing. Like especially in this country. Like that's the biggest thing. There's so much opportunity. Yeah, it's just get out that mindset. Like really, like get out that mindset. That mindset is just you're putting yourself in the box. Like whatever you think about yourself, like however you think about yourself, like okay, you're gonna be putting a limit on yourself. If you think that this is it for you, like this minimum wage job or something, like if you think that's it for you, then that's gonna be it for you. The
Mm-hmm.
more you think of yourself, like okay, like the more you strive to be more, like let's say you want to make $1 million, the more you strive to be like, okay, I want to do this, so that's gonna push you more. But if you put yourself in the box and you think that that's it, and you think so negatively, then dude, that's what's gonna happen. I feel like that's where people are stuck right here. It's just they just think that that's it for them.
Awesome, dude. And yeah, I just wanted to highlight that point because, not to talk bad about your situation, but you weren't in any given situation that's ununique to any other person in America. Like you
Mm-hmm.
were a very like well beforehand, not to put a box on you, but like you're a very average like
Mm-hmm.
kid in
Yeah,
America. You were
yeah,
working at Chipotle, right?
yes, I was.
So like what unequal opportunity did you have to start this business? It wasn't unequal at all. It was completely equal because you were working a minimum wage job at Chipotle, which so many people in America have access to that minimum wage job. You had access to me in this course, which is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely fine, which literally millions of people have access to online education like this. All you decided to do is save up your Chipotle money instead of buying Yeezys. You invested into your future.
Yes, I think that's the
That
biggest thing too.
that's a fucking opportunity that literally everybody has. So when people get upset about equal opportunities, and this is probably going to piss a lot of people off, and I apologize. But when people get upset about unequal opportunities, I'm like, dude, what unequal opportunity did Francis have? He had a minimum wage job, like not going to school.
Mm.
All he decided to do was to invest into his future, taking that risk. That's like anybody can do that, right?
Anybody,
And
anybody. That's
yeah,
the
that's
thing. It's like people don't see that.
yeah. Well, hopefully we can do that in the future, man. But like I mentioned beforehand, I really appreciate you. Always respect your time, man. Thank you for
Of
hopping
course.
on
All right then, bro. Peace.
that. Alrighty, guys. I really appreciate you guys sticking around to the end. Listen to Francis's story. And if you guys ever have any questions about getting started with your online business, if this is a time where you feel ready, 2021 is starting off with a bang. And I got to say, a lot of my trainers are really fucking racking it in this first week of July. So it's going to be good throughout the year. So I'm super stoked to help them out. And if you guys want to get started with your coaching business, just send me a message and ask me a little bit more. I'd love to tell you a little bit more about how the program works, see if it's a good fit for you. If you guys want a free training, I'm doing a free training tomorrow at 9 a.m. So that's going to be really awesome. You guys can register with the link in my bio. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to peace out of here and we'll chat soon.